Welcome back, everybody, for our weekly empath. My name is bryndis. I'm an energy healer and energy coach, and I'm going to help you to navigate through the coming week, week 51, that is December the 15th till 21st. And I want to send up front here those who are not used to this energy barometer that you see here on the screen, which measures the intensity of collective energies around us, that we are looking at quite an exciting week. And please ask questions. My job here is to lay out the tendencies for next week and give you a few heads up on things. So not everything that you are experiencing, be it physically or emotionally, is yours. And this is what energy healers do. You know, they can tap into these energies that from an energetic perspective really have already happened. So what I'm reporting here is really already in the making, and those of you who are energetically sensitive, who are empaths, you know, you may already feel these things. But just because you're not feeling it doesn't mean you're not sensitive. It just means that, you know, you're in a stronger collective hold. All right, and so let's detangle this a little bit. Yes, and I'm getting the first hearts here. This is wonderful. The week ahead, guys, is a green week, and I know that many of you who've been following me for years here are looking forward for those these few weeks a year, you know, where the barometers are green. But please enjoy this with caution. Just because it's on green doesn't mean that your life cannot still be full of challenges. It just means that the bombardment from the outside is in a way that you still have enough space yourself, okay? So you're not going to feel too squeezed in, all right? We had this energetic squeeze here for quite a few months, really. And at the beginning of the month, I did predict that we're going to feel this coming gradually, you know, like a gradual leveling up, that it's going to come in really strong waves. And this is continuing, and this week here really marks the second wave here in December. And the importance of this is that the new year, you know, 2019, actually starts next week. It starts with the winter solstice, and I want you guys to really spend very, very conscious attention to this week, okay? Because there are some very important aspects that are coming forward here this week that will determine, you know, pretty much how 2019 is going for you. And those aspects are really good. So you can tell by the title of the energy update here, use the momentum, and we're gonna have here some really cool energies coming in. Now, as empaths, as energetically sensitives, this can be challenging sometimes because physically none of our bodies is really equipped yet to handle these high vibratory energies. And so many of us experiencing these times of strong waves as very disconcerting, okay? So we feel we have a heart attack, or we have mini strokes, or we don't know what these hot flashes are. We feel these vibrations, this throbbing in certain body parts, and we have no clue what this means, okay? This is what energy coaches are for, like myself, you know, and at transCODES, we work this every day. There's online sessions every day. We discuss the energies on a continual level, and so I can only strongly recommend to you, if you can identify yourself as an energetically sensitive person or empath, to seek community. You know, go to transCODES and set up your forum user. It's all free, just so that you know that you're not alone with these things. So these energy updates are, you know, like continual pep talks for you guys, because as an empath myself, I understand how challenging this could be. And one of the physical issues that people are having right now is that they feel these waves coming in almost like as the onset of a flu or the onset of a sickness. And it comes in waves. So it comes and you feel like nauseous and you have a headache and you feel like you're going to be sick, you know, and you're not. Okay, so it goes away after you know, like maybe 12 hours or 24 hours. And here is one of the things that I want you to pay attention to, is like how you set yourself up for things. Okay, so when you believe that you're getting sick, the likelihood of you getting sick is a lot higher, because your energy system caves in, and then basically your immunity, your energetic immunity goes down along with your physical immune system. So keep an eye on this, all right? This is just on a sideline, because what's really important here behind that is your manifestation tendencies, or your manifestation habits. Okay, so looking at how you respond to your physical, going through ups and downs, is one part of your manifestation, and for many of you this can really you know, affect your lives you know, in a pretty negative way, especially if you have chronic symptoms of things. But when it comes to love, when it comes to career, when it comes to money, you have the same habits that are unconscious to you that set you up for success or failure. And I want you guys to take this week here. This is a great week for this, to consciously pay attention to this. Go into feedback with your old ways. How have I been doing this so far, and how has this worked for me? And many of you, you know, don't even know where you want to go, what you want in your life. You know, you have this like a sort of cloud, you know, of yeah, I want everything to be better. But you know, when you fill out an order form for Amazon and you say, I want everything better, you know, what is Amazon gonna send you? You know, my mind goes into humorous visuals right now, so let's just cut that off right now. So you have to like become really conscious about what it is that you're ordering here, okay, for your life. And this week will be fantastic for it, because it provides you with a deeper insight of why you are doing things. And I did mention last week that it's all about finding out sort of what drove your engine in the past. Okay, what were your primary motives in the past? And I'm not so much talking about secret pleasures and you know, those hidden things. You know, they were more the subject of last week. This coming week is more about you know, like, what are some of my deepest core fears or deepest wounds, you know, that have made me become the personality that I am. Okay, the personality, not the person. You know, the true self in you does not change, but the way you present yourself to the world changes through your personal experiences, through your traumas, through the things that you you know, had to cope with in your life. And unbeknownst to most of us, it actually becomes the driving force. So if I felt like neglected or abandoned, you know, in my younger years, I'll most likely have coping mechanisms that make me want to get attention, make me want to be heard, make me want to go out in the world and present something to the world, you know, and get this attention. You can tell by my you know, live streaming and pushing out videos and articles all day long, you know, how much of a wound I must have there, and I do, you know. But it's not always bad, you know. So if you can learn how to contextualize this in a positive and integrous way, and learn, you know, the real talent underneath that, then you can utilize this as your superpower for the future. So this week will give you the opportunity to reframe some of that, you know. And I want to ask you guys to not do this on your own, you know, or just on your own, you know. Talk to other people, how they perceive you, go into feedback. Now, in the December forecast that is not publicly available, only for the Sacred Self-Healing community that we have here, but it will come out today, I'm asking you guys how your miracle business is going. You know, have you guys experienced any miracles or like sudden shifts, like real, almost random new aspects in your life to come forward? This is a real time question here for you guys who are with me here live. And yes, I can see you guys. I see Denmark, I see Canada, I see the United States. Let me know what country you're from. Who of you has experienced, something totally unexpected? Perhaps not quite sure yet if this is a good thing or a bad thing, but let's not judge it. Let's just look at, these ways when they come in, what actually shifts. Does anybody here experience something like that? Yes, Long Island, I'm seeing you too. Welcome. Pay attention to these little miracles in your life, okay? Because they are basically indicators how your energy is shifting, how your alignment is shifting. So we're going to have to talk a lot more about alignment here. And those of you who are supporters on my Patreon channel, you're going to get the energy tips, which go really, really deep into next week's energies. And those of you, who want to wait, go to my YouTube channel where I publish the energy tips for the previous week today. And you can learn, that what it takes really to work with the deeper aspects of your personality, and how to approach this discovery process. All right, you can learn this when working with energies, when really facing your energetic sensitivity, in the sense that you take these inner guidance, these inner observations, that you take this as a navigation help, okay? In the future here, guys, as we are in the middle of a massive paradigm shift of our societies, okay, this will be your superpower. And so take a mental note here for this week that this will give you a little bit of a preview of the next 1.5 to 2 years. So if you haven't done so yet, do a vision board, really work with conscious manifestation. And if you want to know how to do this energetically, then come to the transCODES sessions that we have here where we practice this with you. But the main idea here, the main sort of energy here for next week is onward and towards your goals. And if you don't know where your goals are, if you don't know these GPS coordinates, all right, you're not going to arrive there, guys. You're going to get tangled up in all kinds of stuff, all right, that distracts you from where you truly want to go. Now, as far as the collective is concerned, planetary and so forth, we can observe this, all right? So there's a bit of a shroud right now, there's a lot of stuff going on, and it feels like we're going forward, we're going, onward, and in some countries it feels like we're going backwards a bit. But don't worry about this, okay? These are all just sort of top layer distractions, because what's happening underneath is really, and this may happen through, things that shake us awake a little bit, but what's happening underneath is really that we all are starting to realize that we are in the same boat. We're all on the same planet. We're all responsible here for this place that we live in. And it triggers, these questions of borders. Where are the borders? What's mine? What's not? What makes me feel safe? How much can I open up, and let this in? And how much do I have to close this down? On all levels, guys, politically and personally. All right, so this week here is going to be a week where you're going to hear a lot of news around borders, refugees, or the things that have to do with people starting to wanting to liberate themselves from existing boundaries. Okay, so personally, you're going to have to deal with a lot of boundary work. But when it comes to taking this conscious manifestation into your own hands, when it comes to becoming charge of your own home, your own career, your own relationship, your own life, your own borders, okay, then you have to learn that you are here in a collective that you constantly interact with, even if you're not 100% aware of it. So my tip for you for next week is to open up your borders a little bit. Let things in, but learn how to discern, because not everything you are feeling or you are experiencing is just yours. This week here is like, I don't know how to say it, but it feels like it's this moment where you can really go inward and recalibrate yourself to purpose and fulfillment in the future. You do need a strategy. You do need this vision of yourself, but it cannot be, you know, this sort of woo-woo, like cloud, you know, of everything better or everything is going to be fine. That's not precise enough. So you have to go into a bit more precision there, and that means inner and outer communication needs to be consciously improved. Those of you who are currently dealing with relationship stuff or with questions or decisions in regards to relationships, this is a great week for you guys. But you're going to have to be brave. You're going to have to push through. You're going to have to hustle. You're going to have to muscle through your boundaries, through the places where you would normally withhold, where you would normally withdraw, where you would normally close up. Allow yourself to feel again. This is a safe week, guys, for you to feel. You don't need to be worried about the dramas. That was the last 2 weeks, okay? Allow yourself to feel, even if it's really, really uncomfortable and really scary. But it will open up your manifestation field. Okay? And the learning experience that comes from that, and the recalibration that you're going to experience through that, will increase, you know, your opportunities in the future manifold. Okay? So this is a momentum, and all I'm saying is use this momentum, guys. Yes, these small miracles, thank you guys for commenting here in the chat. Yes, when they happen, it doesn't really occur to us what this can mean. But from an energetic point of view, guys, these little, you know, growth spurts that we have, they can have a huge impact on us. And what's in the way here is the blocks that we have, okay? So it's not that we don't have the ability to manifest the life that we want to manifest. It's that we have too much stuff around it. We have too much blocks. We have too much distractions. We have too little tools to discern, you know, our priorities correctly, what to really go for. And you know, of course there's a spiritual component to that as well, and that has to do with, you know, your journey and what you think, you know, you came here for and what your task is. And here you got to be really careful to not go into the spiritual traps that are out there, you know, making you believe that you are all special and that you you know, are sort of here to save the world or to save others. Why am I calling this a spiritual trap? Because it distracts you from yourself. All right? We are all here to save the world. We are all here to save ourselves, guys. We are all here to take stewardship of this planet and this collective. All right? Last week, I talked about the difficulties of accepting our humanness. This is still, you know, going on here. You're going to have to accept that you are human too. No matter how special you are, no matter what your superpowers are, guys, we all have special powers. We all have special talents that help us to navigate all this in our way. All right, but that doesn't make you better. That doesn't make other people worse. Okay, so by allowing you to feel, yes, you're also allowing yourselves to feel your blocks again. And this will be instrumental here for next year. Okay, so when it comes to energy management, when it comes to conscious and efficient manifestation, you need to know what your blocks are. Yes, and you need to learn how to be authentic. Thank you. That's correct. So your authentic self, your true self, okay, exists regardless of your experiences. This is the part here that you basically agreed to on a soul level before you came here. Okay, and that wants to come to an expression. So this week is the week of bringing those things into expression, even if it's just in terms of announcing it, in terms of expressing your needs. Your true needs really need to come forward. If you have issues with your landlord, if you have issues with your boss, if you have issues with your parents, if you have issues with your relationship partner or your kids, this week is the week where you can reset and say, okay, let's start all over. This is not really how I wanted to say this. This is what I really mean to say. Bring your needs into expression. Correct yourself if you have to. And I want to make one remark here in regards to masculine and feminine, or male and female communication. You know, when it comes to our emotional processing, we talked about this last week, we are all on a different planet, guys. Yes, there are some predispositions that men have and women have. And I'm going to give you 2 markers here in this energy update. Women need to connect before they can open up, before they can have sex, before they can, you know, like really sort of, you know, open their borders, okay, their walls. Men want to, you know, have sex or want to, you know, open their borders before they can connect. And this is a little tip here for you guys. If you have an issues with your partner withholding, or you not feeling safe to open up enough, then talk about that. Make that a subject. How you as men and women can, you know, come closer in your communication patterns, because these blocks that I mentioned earlier, they're very often in our inner and outer communication, how we compute things internally and then how we present them. And many of you guys, and there's a tendency also that, like, the older you are, the stronger, you know, this phenomenon is, have found sort of the safe place in your mind, you know, like mentally processing your emotions. It's not going to help you. You're going to have to make a conscious effort to break through that. When it comes to emotions, when it comes to saying, I love you, I'm afraid of losing you, you know, I want to be with you, there is no other way to say it than that. Don't try to create this huge story and why not. Nobody cares. If you want to reach someone emotionally, if you want to truly express your emotions, you have to be direct. Okay? But we all have different needs, you know, in order to feel safe enough to do this. And so put this into the equation. What do I need to feel safe? You know, I know as a woman, I need to talk first. You know, I need to talk about day-to-day stuff, just to unravel things, to get a little closer to my true feelings. Okay? And so, yes, that's what got women a bad rap, you know, that they talk too much about problems. But if you are an energetically sensitive man listening to this right now, understand that that is a true need of the woman that you're with, to unravel stuff. She's not asking you to fix things. She doesn't want the answer from you. She just needs to unravel it. Just listen. It makes her feel safe. And if you're a woman and you complain that your man is not talking enough and that he's, like, you know, pulling in and going in his nothing box or whatever, or, you know, is making you feel like, you know, you're talking too much, then honor that by, you know, really going there and allowing him the space he needs to process. But tell him that it is that you don't necessarily want him to fix things, that you just want to talk about things, all right? And respect when he says, okay, that's enough, I don't want to talk about this anymore. These are things that you can work out this week, guys. It's really beautiful, you know. For those of you who are active energy workers, this is also a really great week to explore the unseen aspects of energetic interaction between people. Anything that has to do with projection, absorption, etheric protection. We have, starting tomorrow, a 3-day intensive. Guys, if you are dealing with entities, if you're dealing with lucid dreaming, OBEs, you know, any of those sorts of energetic phenomenon, and you have not yet learned how to work with this, okay, then consider spending, you know, your time and your money on actually learning how to do this. Tomorrow, so Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we have the Etheric Protection Intensive here at transCODES. I can only recommend this to all of you guys who need to learn how to discern whether an entity or a spirit guide is benign, or whether it's fooling you around, whether how to deal with things when they come at you, be it in your dream world, in your lunar world, or be it in your 3D world. And as giveaway this week, you know that every week we have a giveaway here. I am tuning into the things that are needed here with my giveaways. Okay, this week's giveaway is a cooperation here between transCODES and self-unification. So we're giving away 2 personal etheric clearing sessions. That is a super deep clearing, comparable with etheric surgery, comparable with everything that you know about energy clearing, done by Jeff Casper, renowned energy clearer. And we're giving away 2 of these energy clearing sessions with personal energy coaching session afterwards. For those of you, for the first 2 new members of the Sacred Self-Healing Facebook group. So please look at the description here in the video. There's the link to the Facebook group called Sacred Self-Healing Community, and this is what you need to do to qualify for this giveaway. Those of you who are already members, thank you for your support. You cannot qualify for this this week, but there's going to be a big giveaway next week that you can look forward to. And just so you know, as I mentioned at the beginning here, this new year, 2019, starts next week with the winter solstice energies, guys. We have a huge event here at transCODES around the winter solstice, followed by a marathon going through at the end of the year. This is the busiest time of the year for me. It's basically non-stop energy work for 2 weeks, and on top of it, a new daily live show on Instagram called So Spiritual, where you guys determine the subjects of the day, accompanying you through the last 10 days of the year and the first 2 days. So I hope to see you guys all there. Sign up for the transCODES newsletter to get the notifications for this. And because the energies of next week are going to be a little tricky, okay, not week 51 but 52, the last 2 weeks of the year are going to be a little tricky, guys. I'm going to do the energy update a day earlier because we want to start with the So Spiritual daily show on Thursday. So stay tuned, guys. Sign up for the YouTube channel, become a member of the Sacred Self-Healing Facebook group, and sign up for the email newsletter. There's tons going on here at transCODES here in these last 2 weeks of the year. So good to see you. Thank you for sending me your hearts. Can you push the like button real quick? Yes, there you go. Oh, this is wonderful. We don't have a big delay today. I can see them right away. Thank you guys, for sharing the space with me. Please share those videos. I'm still sort of creeping around here at 1,000 views, guys. Help me to make this more popular, to reach more people. Don't treat me like a secret. Okay, this is something that has happened over the last 10 years, that people don't want to share these energy updates because they want to have an edge. Guys, we're all in this together, okay? So, yes, thank you for sharing. All right, this is so wonderful. So, yes, try to win. You just have to join the group, the Facebook group, Sacred Self-Healing Community. The link is in this video. And share the video. If you join the group, and you're not one of the first 2, that's fine, all right? Then, enjoy the extra information, the extra articles that are in there. You get things a little earlier than others. And if you want to be like up on top of everything, then become a Patreon here on my Patreon channel. For $5 a month, you get extra content, really in-depth energy tips. All of you who are in the healing business, those are treasures, guys, that I'm giving away there. Share the link, guys. Help us to share these tools. Thank you so much. Hope to see you next week. It's going to be Wednesday, one day earlier than normal, because on Thursday we're kicking off our So Spiritual new daily show. Thank you so much.